Have you ever wondered why the Gambia, the smallest country in mainland Africa, is shaped like a narrow strip of land? Nestled on the westernmost point of Africa, the Gambia is a geographical enigma, a sliver of territory extending eastward from the Atlantic Ocean, encased almost entirely within its larger neighbor, Senegal. This peculiar shape, which resembles a crooked finger pointing into the heart of the continent, is more than just a cartographic curiosity. It's a tangible testament to the country's unique and complex history. The Gambia's shape is largely defined by the meandering course of the River Gambia, a vital waterway that bisects the country from east to west. This river has been the lifeblood of the Gambia for centuries, providing sustenance and transportation for its inhabitants, and shaping its destiny in profound and often surprising ways. The river's importance to the Gambia cannot be overstated. It's a central artery that has nurtured the country's diverse ecosystems, supported its economy, and influenced its culture and traditions. But the river's significance extends beyond its borders. It has also been a key player in the geopolitical drama that has unfolded in this part of Africa over the centuries, a drama that has left an indelible mark on the map of the Gambia. Encircling the Gambia on three sides is Senegal, a country with which it shares much in terms of culture and history, but from which it is distinct in many crucial respects. The relationship between these two nations, shaped by a complex interplay of geography, history, and politics, has played a crucial role in defining the contours of the Gambia. So, what's the story behind the Gambia's unique shape? Why does this small country, which is no wider than 30 miles at its broadest point, stretch over 200 miles into the interior of Africa? And why is it almost entirely surrounded by Senegal, save for a short strip of Atlantic coastline? The answer to this mystery lies in the intriguing history of the Gambia. Our journey begins thousands of years ago, with the first known inhabitants of the Gambia. These early settlers were none other than the Berbers, a nomadic people who originated from North Africa. With them, they brought a rich tapestry of culture and traditions, many of which continue to influence the Gambia today. The Berbers weren't the only early inhabitants of this region, though. Next came the Sera people, believed to have migrated from the Senegal River Valley. Known for their agricultural prowess, the Sera cultivated the fertile Gambian soil, growing crops like millet and sorghum. Their innovative farming techniques significantly shaped the agricultural landscape of the Gambia. Then we have the Jola people, who are thought to have been the earliest occupants of the Gambia. The Jola have a rich oral history, filled with stories of their ancestors living harmoniously with nature. They have an enduring connection to the land, with many of their traditions and beliefs centered around the natural world. This deep-rooted reverence for nature has greatly influenced the country's approach to environmental conservation. These early inhabitants were more than just settlers. They were skilled farmers, talented craftsmen, and astute traders. They built communities, established trade routes, and developed systems of governance. Each group brought their unique customs, languages, and traditions, adding layers of complexity and diversity to the Gambian culture. These societies also played a significant role in shaping the early history of the Gambia. Their interactions with each other, their negotiations and conflicts, their alliances and rivalries, all contributed to the dynamic and multifaceted history of this country. They left behind a rich cultural heritage, a legacy of resilience and adaptability that is still palpable in the Gambia today. So as we delve deeper into the history of the Gambia, remember that this land was shaped by the hands of these early inhabitants. Their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs are woven into the very fabric of this country. These early inhabitants set the foundation for the unique culture and history of the Gambia. The tranquil life of the early inhabitants was disrupted with the arrival of the Europeans. In the 15th century, the sails of Portuguese caravels appeared on the horizon, marking the beginning of a new era for the Gambia. The Portuguese, led by explorer Luís de Cadamosto, were the first Europeans to set foot on Gambian soil. Drawn by tales of abundant gold and ivory, they found a land rich in resources and culture, a land that had yet to be touched by European influence. The initial encounters between the Portuguese and the local inhabitants were primarily focused on trade. The locals, known for their craftsmanship and agricultural prowess, traded gold and ivory with the Portuguese. These resources were abundant in the region, and the Portuguese were eager to obtain them, setting up trade routes and establishing a foothold in the area. However, as the Portuguese settled into the region, the dynamics began to change dramatically. The trade in gold and ivory soon gave way to a far more sinister and devastating industry, the slave trade. The Gambia's strategic location along the Gambia River made it an optimal point for the transportation of slaves to the New World. This marked a dark period in Gambian history, as countless men, women, and children were captured and sold into slavery, their tranquil lives disrupted forever. The Portuguese, though the first Europeans to arrive, were not the last. The Gambia soon caught the attention of other European powers. The British, the French, the Dutch, they all came, drawn by the potential wealth and strategic location of the Gambia. Each brought their own influences, their own ambitions, and their own impacts on the region, shaping the Gambia into the country it is today. The arrival of the Europeans marked a turning point in the history of the Gambia. It was a time of profound change, a time of conflict and struggle, but also a time that laid the foundations for the modern nation of the Gambia. It was an era that forever changed the course of Gambian history. The 19th century brought another wave of change with the arrival of the British. This wave washed over the shores of the Gambia, reshaping its landscape and leaving a lasting imprint on its future. The British first set foot in the Gambia in the early 19th century, but it was only after the abolition of the slave trade in 1807 that they truly began to assert their influence. With the slave trade no longer a profitable venture, the British sought to transform the Gambia into a bastion of legitimate trade. In 1816, they acquired a strip of land along the Gambia River, and the city of Bathurst, now known as Banjul, was born. Bathurst was established as the administrative center, a strategic move that allowed the British to exercise control over the river and its valuable trade routes. The city stood as a symbol of British rule, a beacon of colonial power in the heart of Africa. But the British did more than just build cities and control trade routes. They also brought about a significant shift in the Gambia's economy. With the end of the slave trade, the British introduced peanut cultivation. This humble legume quickly became the backbone of the Gambia's economy, a role it still plays today. Peanuts were ideally suited to the Gambian climate and soil, and their cultivation offered a new source of income for the local population. The British established large-scale peanut plantations, which not only provided employment, but also stimulated the growth of related industries, such as transport and processing. However, British rule was not without its challenges. There were conflicts and tensions, struggles for power and control. But through it all, the Gambia endured, its people resilient in the face of adversity. The British rule left an indelible mark on the Gambia, shaping its future in myriad ways. It influenced its economic structure, its political landscape, and even its cultural identity. The legacy of British rule can still be seen today in the Gambia's legal system, its educational institutions, and its official language, English. But perhaps most importantly, it has shaped the Gambian spirit, a spirit of resilience and adaptability, a spirit that continues to thrive to this day. As the winds of independence swept across Africa in the 20th century, the Gambia was no exception. This tiny West African nation began to feel the stirrings of nationalism and a yearning for self-rule in the mid-20th century. As the rest of Africa was shaking off the chains of colonial rule, the Gambia too began to dream of a future where it could chart its own course, free from the dictates of its colonial masters. Nationalistic sentiment started to grow, fostered by a new generation of Gambians who were educated and enlightened, and who believed in their nation's potential to govern itself. They were led by a charismatic and visionary leader, Dawda Jawara, a man who had a dream of an independent Gambia. Under Jawara's leadership, the Gambia embarked on a peaceful transition to independence. In stark contrast to many African nations that were marred by violence and conflict during their transition, the Gambia's journey to independence was marked by peace and stability. This peaceful transition was a testament to the nation's maturity and the wisdom of its leaders. On February 18, 1965, the Gambia finally achieved its long-cherished dream of independence. The Union Jack was lowered, and the Gambian flag was hoisted high, symbolizing the dawn of a new era. The Gambia had finally stepped out of the shadows of colonial rule and into the light of independence. But the Gambia's journey did not end there. 5 years later, in 1970, the Gambia became a republic within the Commonwealth. This was a significant step in further asserting its sovereignty and carving out its unique identity on the world stage. This road to independence was not easy. It was paved with challenges and obstacles, but the resilience and spirit of the Gambian people carried them through. Their peaceful transition to independence is a testament to their resilience and spirit. They dared to dream of a future where they could be masters of their own destiny, and they made that dream a reality. The Gambia's peaceful transition to independence is a testament to its resilience and spirit. From its early inhabitants to its colonial past, the Gambia has emerged as a country with a rich history and a vibrant culture. The heartbeat of this small yet spirited nation is its democratic government. Following a turbulent political history, the Gambia has made significant strides towards democracy, ensuring that the voices of its people are heard and their rights respected. The Gambia is a tapestry of diverse ethnic groups, each contributing to the country's rich culture and traditions. From the Mandinka and Fula to the Wolof and Jola, these ethnic groups live in harmony, their differences enriching the Gambian society instead of dividing it. They celebrate their diversity through music, dance, and art, creating a vibrant cultural scene that is as mesmerizing as it is intriguing. The Gambia's flourishing tourism industry is a testament to its natural beauty and welcoming people. It's a paradise for sun-seekers, wildlife enthusiasts, and history buffs. Here, visitors can bask in the sun on golden beaches, explore the abundant wildlife in national parks, or delve into history at ancient sites. The Gambia's reputation as the smiling coast of Africa isn't just a title, it's a promise of the warm welcome that awaits every visitor. The lifeblood of the Gambia, both figuratively and literally, is the River Gambia. This majestic river has played a significant role in shaping the country's economy and culture. It's a source of livelihood for many Gambians, supporting agriculture, fishing, and tourism. Moreover, it's a symbol of unity, linking different parts of the country and fostering a sense of shared identity among the Gambian people. The Gambia today is a reflection of its past, a testament to its resilience and a beacon of hope for its future. It's a country that has faced challenges with courage, embraced diversity with open arms, and is continuously striving towards progress. The Gambia story is far from over. It's a tale that continues to unfold, promising new chapters of growth, prosperity, and cultural richness. As we trace the path of the Gambia's history, it's clear that this small country has a big story to tell. Tucked away in the folds of West Africa, the Gambia has been a cradle of culture and history, home to early inhabitants who left indelible marks on its landscape. The arrival of Europeans, particularly the British, added another layer to its complex narrative, casting a shadow of colonial rule that would last for centuries. The Gambia, however, was never one to be stifled. Its road to independence was a testament of resilience and determination, a beacon of hope that continues to shine in its modern-day narrative. Today, this little gem of Africa stands proud and independent, showcasing its vibrant culture, thriving economy, and warm hospitality. From its unique geography to its rich history, the Gambia offers a fascinating journey through time, proving that size really doesn't matter when it comes to making a mark on the world.